Hello and Menglaba, I am Henry Zin. Welcome to Myanmar Today, and this is where we take a look at what's happening in Myanmar. Today we have reports from our reporters Williamson on media and safety in Myanmar. David Tanner got the story on Independence Day celebration of the United States of America. Akajo will give us the detailed report on 7th point statement on Chin IDPs released. And last but not least, Thoda Zwizin has the story on digital education services by MPT. Before we get to the reports, let's have a quick look at the latest local news from around Myanmar. State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi inaugurated the first phase of a solar power plant project in Minbu on Thursday, adding 40 megawatts of power generated by the plant's first phase to the national grid. Once completed, the plant will have a total capacity of 170 megawatts and it will produce 350 million kilowatt per hour per annum and electrify about 210,000 households. State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi then met with the local people of Minbu region and officials at the temporary briefing hall where the opening ceremony of Minbu Solar Power Plant project was held. At the meeting, the state councillor said that the Minbu Solar Power Plant project was the first commercial solar power plant in Myanmar. It was implemented under BOT system by Green Earth Power. Installed capacity was 170 megawatts and the project would be conducted in 4 stages. Also, while in Yebodeji village in Buinpyu Township, the state councillor urged parents to raise the education level of their children so that the children who were attending school only to 4th grade could complete their education. ICT for Education Forum was held at Park Royal Hotel in Naypyidaw on Wednesday. Union Minister for Education Dr. Myo Thain-ji delivered a speech where he said they are implementing educational reforms in line with Sustainable Development Goal 4, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all, and the National Education Strategic Plan. The Union Minister said all need to effectively make use of ICT technology in order to strengthen the education system, spread general knowledge, collect information, and implement quality teaching and education services. He said the forum is part of Communication Strategy Task Team (CSST's) processes in line with the program of MyEquip, and CSST will use the results of the forum discussions to compile necessary surveys, reviews, and researches. Poverty assessment based on data of Myanmar Living Conditions Survey was introduced at Thingaha Hotel in Naypyidaw. At the event, Union Minister for Planning and Finance U So Win said that Myanmar Living Conditions Survey 2017 is a collective effort of the Central Statistical Organization UNDP and World Bank and is a milestone of success. The assessment will help make policy on tackling poverty and inequality. It was the second report based on the survey. The number of people below the poverty line dropped from 48.2% in 2005 to 24.8% in 2017. Poverty rate is highest in Chin and Rakhine states and lowest in Teninai, Mandalay, and Yangon regions. The report states suggestions in the matters of economy and social of the country. The report also helps tackle unemployment problems. Government and private organizations should work together to provide clean drinking water, quality sewer system, healthcare and education and electricity, and eradicate poverty. That's all with the local news. You'll stay with me on MI Radio's Myanmar Today. And I believe it's time now for our first report. Media is one of the basic and fundamental components of any democratic nation. As Myanmar is in the process of transforming to a democratic nation, journalists play an important role in delivering news to the public. Journalists in Myanmar are yet to have complete freedom of expression and press, but Myanmar is one of the countries with the least killed journalists in its history compared to any other country in the world. To ensure the safety of journalists, a consultation workshop on journalist safety was held on Thursday at Green Hill Hotel in Yangon. Williamson reports.
As media is one of the important elements in any democratic nation in the world, the safety of media personnel is also a very important subject to ensure the freedom of expression and the freedom of the press, which are the fundamental components of a democratic nation. Therefore, as Myanmar is still on the process of transforming into a fully democratized nation, the freedom of press and the safety of journalists have become an important topic in the process of building a democratic nation. The safety of journalists means the physical and mental safety of the journalists. Compared to any other countries, Myanmar has the least rate of killed journalists in the last 100 years. Therefore, to improve the safety of journalists and ensure that journalists are given a safe access to information, the consultation workshop on journalist safety was held on 27 of June 2019 at Green Hill Hotel in Yangon. Speaking to MI Radio, Min Jo, the Joint Secretary of Myanmar Press Council, said the workshop aims to educate the journalists and news agencies on the safety of journalists and the news agencies. Myanmar Press Council has released booklet on the safety of journalists in 2015, but in the course of time, with changes as the political scenario has changed time to time, it is a time to update the safety guidelines, which was released in 2015. Speaking on the safety issue the journalists face, now let's hear from Min Jo.
သတင်းသမားတွေလုံခြုံရေးစိန်ခေါ်မှုကရုပ်ပိုင်းဆိုင်ရာကနံပါတ်1ပေါ့နော်။ပုံမှာကိုရိုက်မယ်နှိမ့်မယ်သို့မဟုတ်တတ်မယ်အထိဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်။ဒုတိယတော့ဒီခါလေးမှာ
The number one challenge the journalists face is physical challenge, like getting physical harmful threat. Secondly, there can be threat from social media. If there is a frequent threat to the journalists don't feel safe in their work. But we give preference to physical threat that journalists receive, though there are other areas to be precautious about. But physical threat is what we give importance the most, as life can be lost if we don't give importance to physical threat. Apart from physical threat, media personnel also have the other issue like prosecution, as the number of prosecution against the journalists has increased in number. Speaking on the increased number of journalists getting charged, now let's hear from Cho Min, the Secretary of Myanmar Press Council.
အခုတို့ဒီ2019 data ရဆိုကိုတို့84ခုရရှိပြီးသွားပြီပြီးခဲ့တဲ့2015နဲ့2018တက်တန်းမှာတော့ကို292ခုရှိခဲ့ပါတယ်ဒီချိန်နဲ့ဆိုရင်ကျွန်တော်နှစ်ကုန်ရင်ပေါ့နော်ဒီတစ်နှစ်အတွင်းမှာ100လောက်ရှိရဆိုရင်အမြဲတမ်းဟိုနော်ပြီးခဲ့တဲ့တက်တန်းဆိုရင်
In 2019 alone, there are 74 charges registered against the journalists. From 2015 to 2018, 292 charges were filed against the journalists. In the previous year, we have approximately 100 charges, but this year we already have 74 charges. If this trend keeps on increasing like this, I think by the end of the year, this year will be a record-breaking year in getting the most charges. The report at the workshop stated that Myanmar has a very few journalists killed in its history. The first journalist kill happened on 11 of September 1919 when Utin, editor of Myanmar Alien newspaper, was killed. Since then, the number of journalists killed in the history of Myanmar are 4 in number. But in contrast to killed journalists, Myanmar has more number of jailed journalists. Speaking on the process of improving media and the press in the country, let's hear from Ong Jai, the chairman of Myanmar Press Council.
ဒုဗမာပြည်မှာမကောင်းတဲ့သတင်းဆိုးတဲ့သတင်းမထွက်အောင်နောက်သတင်းလွတ်လပ်ခွင့်လည်းရှိအောင်ကြိုးစားနေတယ်ဒီလိုတော့ပြောချင်တယ်ဟုတ်လားပြီးခဲ့တဲ့တို့အပိုင်းတွေကတော့အမှားတွေရှိပါတယ်
We are trying to control the bad news and fake news at the same time have freedom of press. I admit that we have made some mistakes in the past from the journalists and the authority as well as the political parties. Let's correct ourselves from this mistake and move on. This is Willinson reporting for MI Radio.
That's a report on media and safety in Myanmar. We'll be taking a look at the stocks and currency exchange rates in Yangon in a while, but let's check on weather updates now in the 3 major cities in Myanmar. In Yangon, cloudy, a couple of showers and thunderstorms, but it feels like 34 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature is expected to be around 29 degrees Celsius, while the lowest temperature could reach 25 degrees Celsius. There's a 55% chance of rain for the day. In Naypyidaw, mostly cloudy, a shower or thunderstorm, but it feels like 38 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature is expected to be around 32 degrees Celsius, while the lowest temperature could reach 25 degrees Celsius. 54% chance of rain for the day. In Mandalay, mostly cloudy and very warm, and it feels like 39 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature is expected to be around 37 degrees Celsius, while the lowest temperature could reach 26 degrees Celsius. 25% chance of rain for the day. That's the weather reports here in Myanmar. Before we move on to stocks and currency exchange rates, let's take a look at the second report for today. The Independence Day celebration of the United States of America was held at the Lotte Hotel in Yangon on Wednesday. The theme for the celebration was named as Rock and Roll. David Tanner has the story.
The Independence Day, which is also known as the 4th of July, is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the Declaration of Independence of the United States on July 4th, 1776. The Continental Congress declared that the 13 American colonies were no longer subject and subordinate to the monarch of Britain and were now united, free and independent states. The Congress had voted to declare independence 3 days later on July 2nd, but it was not declared until July 4th. With that being said, let's hear out from the U.S. Ambassador to Myanmar, Mr. Scott Marcel, for the detail of the event.
Yeah, well, we're really excited. We're celebrating our country's 243rd birthday this evening, and we invited a lot of our closest friends from Myanmar. And so we're going to have our National Day, a very nice ceremony, including with our Marines. And we're celebrating the friendship as well as our birthday. And we're also celebrating our shared belief in democracy and freedom. Well, we were, like Myanmar, we were a colony of the British. We fought for our independence, which we won in 1783, but we declared our independence in 1776, and that's the brief story of our independence. 243 years.
We will also be hearing out for the relationship between Myanmar and the United States as well.
Well, the relationship has always been about the U.S. trying to support the aspirations, the goals of the people of this country, and that's still what we're doing today, working to support people here who are trying to bring about peace and prosperity and an even stronger democracy. Well, our plan is to continue to support the people of Myanmar who are trying to build a stronger democracy and achieve freedom and achieve greater freedom and achieve peace. So, and building closer friendships between our people. Welcome to our birthday party. Which we also celebrate tonight, is based on many things. But one important pillar of it is the American people's admiration for all of the people of this country who have worked, struggled, and sacrificed for freedom and democracy.
Let's also hear out the remarks given out from the guest of honor, His Excellency U Jordan Sui.
The people of the United States. Ambassador Marcel
It is also my honor to convey on behalf of the government and the people of Myanmar a word of congratulations to the government and the people of the United States. We Myanmar are striving to have a democratic union, and as it said, it's not an easy task, but it is a task worth pursuing. It was George Bernard Shaw who said, "Liberty is the breath of life to nations." Therefore, every year, the Park of Liberty will be cherished and celebrated. Celebrations of Independence Day is very important for every nation. It is the celebration not only of the nation's pride and prestige, but also truly reflects the value of the country as it stands of a nation to what it is today. Through blood, tears, courage, hard work, and perseverance, and on of its today, United States is much to be proud of. It is the testimony for our enduring friendship between nations. Myanmar and the United States maintain through thick and thin. It is deeply desired from the people and the government of Myanmar to foster ties in all fields of interest.
It recalls sacrifices of those who give their lives.
Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed the report. Reporter David Tanner signing out for now. And you guys have a good day.
That's a report on Independence Day celebration of the United States of America. All right, now let's check on the currency rates from Myanmar's central bank. $1 is at 1,517 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 220 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,725 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,926 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,120 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 366 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 49 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 21 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,420. Silver is at $15, and Brent crude oil is at $59. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is down 500 at 12,000. MTSH is at 3,450. MCB is at 7,900. FPB is down 500 at 24,000. TMH is up 50 at 3,050. And that's all on currency rates and Yangon Stock Exchange for today. This is Myanmar Today, broadcasting live from Myanmar International Radio. You can visit our website at miradio.com.mm and listen to our radio programs live on the website. Great music, great shows, keeping you entertained. And if you're on FM, catch us on 96.1 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Manali, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Or better yet, download MI Radio app on both iOS and Android devices, so MI Radio is with you wherever you go. Moving on to third report. Statement on the Chin IDPs was released at Myanmar Journalist Network in Yangon on Thursday. Activists said that they have not been speaking up for this issue, but now claims it's time they voiced their plight to the public and the concerned bodies. Agajo has the story.
The 7-point statement on IDPs in Chin State was released at Myanmar Journalist Network in Yangon on Thursday. The committee working for Chin IDPs writes that this is the first time officially voicing the plight of Chin IDPs within several years of ongoing conflict between Demado and AA insurgents. The statement is signed by 26 Chin rights activist organizations such as Kumi Affairs Coordination Council, Chin Human Rights Organization, and Chin Youth Network. Mat Sandaman, committee member of Committee for Chin IDPs, writes that.
ကျမတို့အဓိကရွေးချက်ကတော့ဒီရခိုင်နဲ့ချင်းပြည်နယ်ပလက်ဝမှာဖြစ်နေတဲ့တိုက်ပွဲတွေကြားမှာကျမတို့ချင်းပြည်သူတွေပေါ့နော်တကယ်မှမြေစာပင်ဖြစ်နေရတယ်ဆိုတော့အကြောင်းကိုပြည်သူတွေကအကုန်လုံးကိုသိစေလိုတဲ့ရွေးချက်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်မလို့ကျမတို့ statement ထုတ်တယ် statement ထုတ်ပြီးတော့မှဒီ statement ကိုရှင်းလင်းချင်တယ်ပြီးတော့မှကျမတို့ဒီ
Today we issue the statement and we'll be explaining the statement to media and the public. We want everyone to know that Chin people are suffering from plight brought about by the conflict in Rakhine State and Palawa Township. We will also be having a peaceful demonstration on July 13th in Yangon to voice this 7-point statement to the public. The statement is also expected to be submitted to the government and the respective organizations. Selain Jo Bigtang, Chin National Democratic Party.
the conflict of Chin IDPs, my name now the Tongan or the Hosong Dwadario, the Pet Dwadario, now you see in general.
We are pointing out that organizations that are causing conflict were not biased in condemnation and judgment. Within about 5 years of conflict that started in 2015, we are reaping the consequences for what we did not do. There has been casualty due to landmine and also due to seizure. From 2015 till present, number of Chin IDPs has reached about 4,000 in Palawa Township of Chin State, and 40,000 Chin people fled homes to Rakhine State. In early February, AA insurgents seized 54 Chin people, and 14 people escaped, while the rest 40 are still in capture. The armed conflict stops children and teachers to go to schools, with 118 schools shut down this year.
ကျောင်းတွေအလုံးပိတ်ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ခါကျတော့ဒီကျောင်းတွေအလုံးပိတ်ရတဲ့အပြင်မှာသူတို့ရဲ့ရက်ရွာမှာသူတို့အေးအေးချမ်းချမ်းမနေနိုင်ဘူးအချိန်ကြီးဟိုတနတ်တန်ပုံးတန်နေကြမှာဟိုထွက်ပြေးနေရတဲ့ခါကျတော့ဒီသူတို့ရဲ့ဟိုစိတ်ပျော်ရွှင်မှုလည်းမရှိဘူး၊ကျင်ညာလည်းဟိုမရဘူးပေါ့နော်အဲ့ခါကျတော့ခက်ခဲမှုတွေကိုပြောရမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှင်တော့အရန်ကိုမှဘယ်ပေါင်းစုံကနေကိုမှကျင်ညာမတင်ကြရတာတဲ့အခက်ခဲမဟုတ်ပဲနဲ့ကျင်ညာရေးကျမ်းမာရေးဟိုစိတ်ပိုင်းဆိုင်ရာသူတို့ရဲ့ခံစားချက်တွေလည်းအကုန်လုံးပေါ့နော်ဟိုဘက်စုံမှာဟိုမှခက်ခဲမှုတွေရင်ဆိုင်နေရတဲ့
Besides closing down the schools, people cannot live in peace. People are always on the run, away from bombing and gun terror. So they are not happy and they don't get the education. It's not just about the education which the trouble lies in, it's the trouble from all aspects. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on 7-point statement on Chin IDPs released. Don't go anywhere just yet because we still got one last report for you on digital education services by MPT. MPT has launched the digital education services which provides different categories of books with user-friendly systems. DJ Henry Zin reports.
MPT, one of the leading telecommunications companies in Myanmar, has launched the services for digital education for its users. They are introducing different applications and websites where the users can search for different categories of educational services. Mr. Rizu Umeda, Chief Commercial Officer for MPT KGSM Joint Operations, said,
MPT is always looking forward to enrich our customers' mobile usage experience with various services. I believe with those digital education platforms, our 23 million customers will have an opportunity to learn education content using our nationwide 3G and 4G LTE network in most convenient way.
Uto A. Mountain, manager of marketing department, said.
MPT ကမိတ်ဆက်ပေးတာကတော့၄ခုပါခင်ဗျဒီနေ့မှစပြီးတော့အသစ်ဆက်ဆက် launch လုပ်တာကတော့ရွှေနာစင် application ပါ now launch လုပ်ပြီးသား education related ဖြစ်တဲ့ service 3ခုကိုလည်းကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီနေ့မှထပ်ပြီးတော့မိတ်ဆက်ပေးပါတယ်ခင်ဗျအဲ့ဒါကတော့တက်လန်ရယ် M-Learning ရယ် Smart Kit ရယ်ပါခင်ဗျ
MPT has launched the 4 educational services. The newly launched one is Shui Nasin application, and previous platforms are M-Learning, Tala, and Smart Kids.
MPT သုံးစွဲတဲ့လူတွေပုံမ digital နဲ့ပို့ပြီးတော့ in touch ဖြစ်အောင်ပြီးတော့သုံးစွဲတဲ့လူတွေကိုတစုံတရာရတော့စေချင်တဲ့ရွေးချက်တွေနဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီ service တွေကိုလုပ်တာပါခင်ဗျ mobile ကလက်တကမ်းမှာရှိနေတယ်လူတိုင်းသုံးနေတယ်လူတိုင်းတော်တော်များများသုံးတဲ့ဒီ tools တခုဆိုတော့အဲ့ပေါ်ကနေပြီးတော့ထပ်ပြီးတော့လေ့လာလို့ရတဲ့ဟာမျိုးကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ကထပ်ပြီးတော့ဖြစ်ဆွဲပေးတာခင်ဗျ
We want our customers to be more in touch with digital. Mobiles are the tools almost every people are using, so we are adding the beneficial services on it. The newly launched application Shui Nasin provides the online audiobooks which can be accessed by buying the package with MPT phone numbers. The service is produced in joint collaboration of MPT and Beginning Innovation Technology. Go Win Nai, director of Beginning Innovation Technology, said.
စာဖတ်ဖို့အတွက်ကိုအချိန်ပေးရဖို့အတွက်ကနည်းနည်းလေးခက်ခဲလာကြတယ်ခက်ခဲလာတဲ့မြို့ပေါ်နေလူရန်စားဆိုလမ်းပေါ်မှာလည်းအချိန်ကုန်တာတွေများလာတယ်ခီးသွားတဲ့အတွက်ကိုခီးသွားနေနေမှာလမ်းမှာအချိန်တွေအရင်ပေးလာရတယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးအချိန်မျိုးမှာစာဖတ်ချင်ကြတယ်အဲ့လိုလူရန်စားတွေအတွက်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကအဓိက audio book ကိုစာဖတ်ပြတာပေါ့
People find it difficult to read the books, especially when they are spending time on transportation, like nowadays in their city. That's why we are launching the audiobook for them to feel like a book is always with them.
လက်ရှိမှာကတော့ဝတ္ထုတူက650လောက်ရှိတယ်ဝတ္ထုရှည်လုံးချင်းတွေက30လောက်ရှိတယ်ဒါတွေအကုန်လုံးကကျွန်တော်တို့ mobile ဝင်နေရထားပြီးသားပါ
At the present time, the service includes 150 short stories and 30 novels with copyright allowances. The category is various, both educational and entertainment. The subscription fee is 99 Myanmar per day, and all the books can be listened without limit via mobile application or web portal.
အခုတို့တလန်ပညာရေးဝန်ဆောင်မှုကနေပြီးတော့အခုတို့ website ထဲမှာကော app ထဲမှာကောအခုတို့ကနေပြီးတော့ဟိုဘာသာရပ်ပေါင်းစုံအင်္ဂလိပ်စာကိုရီးယားဂျပန်စသဖြင့်ဘာသာရပ်ပေါင်းစုံဒါအပြင်အခုတို့ဟို IT နဲ့ပတ်သက်လာရင် IT ပညာရပ်တွေ management နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့ management ပညာရပ်တွေပကြီးစသဖြင့်အခုတို့ပညာရေးပေါင်းများစွာကိုတလန်ပညာရေး website ကို application မှာနှစ်ခုသုံးမှာဝင်အောင်ကြည့်ရှုနိုင်ပါတယ်
In the educational platform, we provide the languages such as English, Korean, Japanese, as well as IT management and other subjects. The other services are M-Learning, which provides English courses for all levels, basic, intermediate, and advanced, and Smart Kids, which provides lessons and songs for children. MPT is trying to add more services and to provide more convenient ways for its customers in using the launch educational services. Well, that's all about digital education services by MPT. This is your reporter Dora Susan from MI Radio.
Well, that's all the reports we have for today. Now let's explore a little more around the world to see if there's anything strange or interesting happening in the world. An Indonesia hotel is partnering with an animal rescue group to offer guests poolside puppy therapy sessions twice a week. The Puri Garden Hotel in Bali said guests can spend time cuddling with puppies on Tuesdays and Thursdays as part of its puppy therapy program. The puppies are available from 1:30 p.m. until 3:30 p.m. by the pool. The hotel said the canines are provided by the Bali Dog Association, a group dedicated to rescuing the island's street dogs. The business Instagram page features multiple photos of satisfied customers taking advantage of the service. In other news, a California boater was recorded on video jumping out of his vessel to rescue a struggling baby deer. Catherine Ulrich filmed video on Folsom Lake near Sacramento showing her brother-in-law Kenny Croyle swimming up to the struggling fawn and bringing it back to his boat. Ulrich said they were tipped off to the deer's presence by another boat that had already rescued a second fawn. The people on both boats coordinated to reunite the fawns with their mother on shore. What a sweet, sweet thing to hear. There are still many good souls out there in the world doing such admirable acts. Kudos to Kenny Crow, who saved the baby deer. That's all with the news and reports on Myanmar Today. You can leave your comments and messages on our Facebook posts and catch Myanmar Today on radio from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., 1 to 1:30 p.m. and from 7:30 to 8 in the evening, Monday to Friday. Thank you for being with us on MI Radio's Myanmar Today. I am Henry Zin. We'll be right back next week. Have a great day.